Good morning! Today is a beautiful day and it's a perfect day for the first day of New York Comic Con. I'm super excited. I'm gonna get to hang out mostly with Kristen from Super Space Chick, which is always fun. Mackie will be around as well and we'll see each other for our photo ops, but he's also meeting a friend. So yeah, it's gonna be a really fun day. It's really casual today. We have a few things listed as things that we're interested in, but for the most part we're just gonna be wandering, which is always the best part of any New York Comic Con, really. I am super excited. Like last year, I was really excited for Artist Alley, so it's gonna be fun. Checked in all day because I've just been walking the floor with Kristen from Super Space Chick, but we have gone our separate ways now. We both just attended the, I forget what it's called, the Beasties and Magical Creatures panel, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited now about Beast Made of Night, which sounds so good. Anyway, Max is here too. We are just chilling because we are waiting for our photo op with Pearl Mackie. Got to meet Pearl Mackie, and she is adorable. She is so gorgeous. It was really sweet. And then I stuffed my face with mac and cheese because I was starving. And now we are waiting for Peter Capaldi. This is probably going to be the last-ish thing we do today, because it's been a really long day. I feel really tired. I got a lot of things I was excited for. The one thing I wanted, I still have not gotten. So wish me luck tomorrow. I wish us luck tomorrow because the one thing we are trying to get is Tamara Pierce. Hi friends! I have switched to my phone because Mackie has the camera and we're not together. Anyway, we're in the line for, well, the unofficial line for the signing up for with Julie Dow and FCE. I am getting Jeannie Lowe signed for Mackie and I'm getting Forrest signed for me. And I have to say, like, it's been a really good day. I got Tempest and Slaughter this morning and then got to meet Tamara Pierce, which was amazing, and attend her panel with a bunch of other authors too, who are all equally cool. And yes, it's been a good day. We also went to Artist Alley and got a few things, which is really fun. And we'll be back there after this, so yay! Hello friends! Welcome to day 3 of New York Comic Con. This is the only day I'm cosplaying, and only because Mackie convinced me I should do it.
Totally convinced her to do it. Look!
I am dressed.
Look at the arm, and the Sega shirt, and the hair.
If you can guess who I am.
And the plaid.
Excellent for you. This is exactly an outfit, except for the shoes, described in the book Warcross by Maria Liu, so I'm Emika Chen today.
I may have embellished on the Sega because
well, it just said
Mega Drive in there.
Yeah, it just said an old school Sega shirt, so.
And what's more old school than Sega Mega Drive?
Anyway, so yeah, heading over to the con. We're actually going in a little bit late today. It's partly because we have guests visiting us, who you'll probably see in the Orlando vlog, which is gonna happen next week. But also because we were just tired. And really, the thing I forgot to say is I haven't wrapped up any of my Comic-Con days, so I wanted to say that the first day was really good because I got a lot of the things I was excited for, but most importantly, I got Test of the Road, which is the upcoming Rachel Hartman book. So excited about that. But yesterday, we finally got the one thing, like it was literally the one thing I wanted from this Comic-Con.
I was in line for 2 hours.
And we got Tempest and Slaughter, and even better, we got to meet Tamara Pierce. Mackie kind of lost his shit a little. And when I say a little, I mean we went up to the table and he said nothing. This to one of the people who he like admires most in the world. Meanwhile, I'm there going, hi, hello, it's so nice to meet you. Explaining the entire backstory of how Mackie introduces me to like her books. And she's such a sweet little old lady. I just want her to be my writing grandmother mentor. Like if that's possible, universe, conspire to make it happen, please.
Whilst I will just cry every time she's there.
We walked away and Mackie had no idea which direction he was going in, one. Second of all, he was trying to hold back tears, so it was a good day. So we got that, and then I also got to meet Julie Dow, who is the author of Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, which by the time this video comes up, it's probably out already, so you should go and grab it. It's great. Yeah, so it was a really good day, and I got a lot of art, which I'm really excited about to show you in the hall. So today we are going mostly just to like hang out, right? Mm-hmm. Mackie's gonna show me and Kristen where the Disney booth is, because apparently we are apparently blind enough not to see this booth, even though we've been walking around for like 2 days. And then I get to see my friend Cassie, who's gonna be working that booth today. We're also gonna try and see some of our other friends, so that'll be fun. Anyway, see you later, bye! Hello friends! Guess who lost the wig? No, I'm kidding. I just took it off because it was really hot. But I got a picture with the Warcross sign, which was awesome. And we met
tweeted it.
We met with Kristen and Andrew for a little bit, and we got our Mina Lima posters, which are beautiful, and then we got the Crow Prince decals, which are awesome. And then we went to see some people like at the Disney booth, which we finally found after 2 days of not seeing it.
Which is ridiculous because I saw it every day.
We fail apparently. And I also saw my friend DJ, which was awesome.
Hello.
So we are taking.
Like he's watching it.
He probably will.
Hello, DJ.
We are taking a break now to eat lunch because I'm hungry and it's hot. And yeah. And then we're gonna go back because there's gonna be an art drop for something we really want. So. And by we, I mean me and Kristen. And the husbands are there to be with us in this time of great need. All right, see you later. Bye. Comic-Con and it's day 4, and we are just hanging out because we're gonna meet Mark Hamill in about 45 minutes, I want to say. So yeah. Anyway, that is the plan for today, and then to see Kristen on her panel, and then to meet Billy Cooper. So hello friends! So we met Mark Hamill this morning, which is cool. Mackie's doing a costume change there. He's wearing a different shirt this morning for Mark. And then we went to Kristen's panel, which was BPY for the win. It had...
Kristen was awesome.
Yeah, she asked really great questions. It was Lily Anderson, Danica Stone, Sarvin Stash, Brian Catcher, and Lauren Lynn. And it was just fun to hear them talk about fandoms and cosplay and, you know, make all of the reference that all
And we kind of want to read all of their books.
Yes, I have read Lily's book and Sarvina's book, and both are really, really good. You definitely have to check them out. And we'll probably try and buy the others. And now we are in line for Billy Cooper. Rose. Sorry, so many feelings there. I actually wanted to film this video because I started reading Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lewinline today.
And I started reading Tempest and Slaughter, which I asked for it was Tempest and Storm. Apparently that wasn't the case. And I also asked for Batman Nightwalker.
Isn't it Nightwalker?
Oh, sorry, I meant Night Runner.
It's anyway, so I started that book this morning, and I have a feeling I'll finish it today because it's a pretty short book, but let me tell you, I am not, okay, I am a Batman fan, but I love the Bat family as opposed to actual Batman, and Alfred, who is part of the Bat family, but Alfred is like an institution that gets its own show.
She
Anyway.
loves Baby Bruce.
not even Baby Bruce.
That's
Like,
totally Baby Bruce.
Gotham TV show is Baby Bruce.
No, anytime Bruce is younger than 22 is Baby Bruce.
Anyway, so the book is essentially YA, and it's teen Bruce. He's 18 years old in it, and I'm just like, I love him so much. So precious.
No, before he was emotionally disconnected to everything.
Pretty much. And I've never actually had that feeling for Bruce Wayne before, so it's a little disconcerting, but also wonderful. And I'm really enjoying it. Plus, I did not realize, and this is not a spoiler, I promise, that one of the characters is actually Filipino, which, like, literally, like, nothing, out of nowhere, there's like this Filipino term thrown in, and I'm like, what? So, yeah, that's cool. That was fun. I'm assuming it's based on or inspired by someone she knows in real life, because if you look at the dedication, it's the same name and spelling, so fun times. After this, we plan to wander the floor and maybe look at books and try not to buy so many of them.
Try.
Yeah. They're doing some pretty good deals today. Like, I think there's buy one, get one at Harper, which is sort of similar to last year's. I think 20% off at one of the other roads. So yeah, fun time.
That's the face of my wallet, by the way. I'm doing a very good impression of my bank account.
Oh, also, in other news, this is not related to your Comic Con, but I thought I'd talk about it anyway. So, a few weeks ago, month ago, Maki let me watch the first episode ever of Bleach. And you know, I was interested in it, but at the time, I think I was still in the middle of Kenshin, which I sort of am, but I'm like, I'm done with the major arc of it, so Maki's kind of like...
I think Kenshin was a nice little gateway drug into
It was really,
like,
okay.
Swords and all.
I mean, I love Kenshin for being historical anime, which I don't really watch a lot of, and I love the characters in it. It's still not quite the way I love Naruto, because Naruto's like, I love everything about it, and for Kenshin it's mostly...
And it probably won't ever be, but it's got its own place.
Yes. So Kenshin I love. I haven't finished the 3rd season, but the main arc is in the 2nd season. Yeah, the Shishio arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main one that you wanted me to see. There's a couple of movies I have to watch. The live action one, the new Kyoto arc from Misao's point of view, which he told me this while I was like distracted vlogging, and then yesterday at the con he was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was like, what? And he's like,
Apparently don't tell important things while vlogging.
literally my face, because I love Misao and I love Ayoshi, so anyway, back to the actual point of this.
Now that you know who she loves, it'll be easy to thread through every single anime that has an Ayoshi-like character. So
I have a time. What can I say? Anyway, back to the actual point of the story. So, what I meant to be talking about was, what I was meant to be talking about was Bleach, because we ended up watching, like, how many episodes did we have? We ended up watching at least 4 or 5 yesterday. And I'm like, well, I personally really like the main character, which I don't think Maki expected.
At all. Like, there's just
And
no way.
it's because he forgot that the main character is like,
A rogue.
and the big brother, and the big brother.
Alexa deals with a combination of rogues and captains of the guard who are kind of like broody and dark and or just loud and like incessant, and that are older brothers. And guess which Ichigo is?
The older brother thing is like a bonus. Like if they have the older brother aspect.
He's a really good older
And he's such a good older brother. Okay, there was this episode, I think it was like episode 3 or episode 4 or something like that. And like it had a whole brother arc in it, and it was like, at the end of it, I'm like, why am I so emotional? Maki's like,
and I was wondering too, why is she so, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's hitting all the right chords.
Anyway.
I didn't expect her to get hooked until the actual...
No, the best part of this, so the entire time this episode's playing, like from episode 1, episode 2 even, I am literally like, and I don't like, if you're a Bleach fan, like feel free to yell if you want to, but try not to. I already ship Ichigo and Rukia, like I'm literally like tossing dollars at this because it's a sure bet. That is where I'm at. Because like every moment, I swear to God, it's set up so that every moment you can totally read that into it.
Which now in hindsight I realize was actually important to set up and done well.
I'm not making, that's the thing.
No, they're setting it up because it's needed for
It's
anyway.
not like Naruto where I kind of make up random shit for people I want to be together. This is like, there's an actual basis. I can pull quotes and scenes and like moments. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's the new thing we're now binging because I can't help myself. But Maki also wants to rewatch Avatar.
I'm thinking of Avatar rewatch.
Which I totally support.
But we definitely have to do 3 new shows that neither of us have finished, and that's Fullmetal Alchemist, My Hero Academia, and I want to say My Hero Academia.
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale, that was the last one. So, fun time. There are also a couple of other shows that he wants me to try, but we shall see how those go. Anyway, see you there, bye! Look, Fuzzy's my friend.
Yes, Fuzzy's it.
Snakes are friends, not food. What?
Snakes are friends. Snakes are friends. Hello, Fuzzy. Very nice to meet all of you. Right,
Back to serious things.
back to serious things.
Well, that was also very serious, but you know. Back to serious things. Anyway, hi friends. I like how I just used Fuzzy's head to wave. Hi friends. We are here today to show you guys what we picked up at New York Comic Con this year. We've been at Comic Con the past 4 days.
Yep.
It has been very tiring, for one thing, but also very fun. We've gotten to do a lot of cool things, meet a lot of cool people, and you'll probably have seen all of that already in the vlog by the time you get to this portion of the video, so we'll leave it at that. Anyway, we thought we'd show you guys what we picked up. There's some art, there's some fun stuff, there's books, as always. So yeah, it's not going to be in any particular order because everything is just all over the place, so just going to be whatever we can get our hands on currently at the moment. And Fuzzy approves.
Fuzzy approves. And now for some ARC drops.
Well, they were giving out an ARC for a book that I've actually already read as an ARC. I got it after BEA week, but I read it immediately. I've been sending it and sharing it with friends, and that book is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This book is about Fae, and about a human girl who lives in the Fae world after being adopted by a Fae family along with her sisters, and all the shenanigans she gets into when the heir to the throne is being decided. And it's basically Game of Thrones set in the fairy world. This was my first Holly Black and I absolutely loved it, and I just had to snap it up when I saw it.
I got yet another copy of Neil Patrick Harris's
Magic Misfits?
The Magic Misfits. Came in a box.
I like that.
And it's collectible. I think it's cool. I haven't opened it yet, but chances are it is most likely the same book that I got at BEA. Or maybe there have been some changes because it comes with a card.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool!
It comes with a Joker card, Alakazabra. Yeah, it's totally the same book, but it's
that is so cool though.
I'm so glad that I got it because I thought, should I be greedy and get another one and see what greed gets you?
The next book that I picked up is a fantasy novel coming out next year from Penguin Random House, from Razor Bill specifically, and it is called Reign of the Fallen. This is what the cover looks like, and it's by Sarah Glenn Marsh. I actually don't know too much about it except that it has a necromancer, it has a princess, and there's some sort of like relationship, weird complicated relationship dynamic in this book. I've heard a few people who have read it say really good things, and I actually really enjoyed Sarah's other novel, Fear the Drowning Deep, so we'll be looking forward to checking this one out for sure.
Okay, so this is a book that Alexa had gotten. It is called...
But you know, middle
but I'm
grade.
totally reading it.
Middle
It's
grade
middle
master.
It's called
it's so
Serpent's
good.
Secret.
Middle grade master Maggie.
It's terrible.
Amazing.
Meet Kiran Mala, interdimensional demon slayer. Oh yeah, totally. Are you kidding? Well, just from that blurb, meet, interdimensional demon slayer. Yeah, I would totally grab myself some of that
sounds
action.
Like Buffy, but also like Riparian a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and it's called The Serpent's Secret, Kiran Mala and the Kingdom Beyond.
That cover though. That cover.
This cover with the shiny sur snake and the girl with the
it looks
gold accoutrement of bows and arrows, and it's a quiver and an arrow and some bracelets, and they're all rendered in gold. It's a beautiful cover. I am already in love with this book. I don't even know where to start. It is coming out in February next year.
Well, I actually grabbed that book because I attended a panel that author was moderating, and on that panel there were a couple of other authors, but I actually went for Jody Meadows, who is one of my favorite people in the whole entire universe. So yeah.
I met Jody. She's awesome.
She is.
And very talented.
And Tamara Pierce knew who she was.
And Tamara Pierce
But that's a story that she needs to tell. Anyway, another panel that I attended the next morning actually had Tamara Pierce on it. And it also had the author S.A. Chakraborty, I want to say is her last name, and they were giving out arcs of her book, and I immediately picked it up because the way she said it was, she wrote it as if it were historical fan fiction, because she studied history, specifically Iranian history, and she just took all her favorite elements apparently and put it in this book. So, City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. And I'll read the back. It says, step into a city of enchantment, of power, of desire, of mystery, of danger, and meet a daring and powerful young woman whose destiny will determine its fate. Bum, bum, bum. There's also gin in this book, and I always find that fascinating in books. I haven't read one yet that I super loved, except for The Forbidden Wish, which is based on Aladdin. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, and I also think it's got a very shiny cover.
Every time she says gin, I keep thinking of a drink, and I'm just like, I need a drink. And then I'm like, oh, gin, like with a D, and okay, there you go. Totally running around like crazy on the last day, and I was able to see Samantha Spinner. Samantha Spinner and the super secret plans.
Look at that cover though.
Right?
Dog.
There's like a, and I'm not a big fan of pugs here, but this pug looks extremely pleased with itself. There you go, much better. See the pug? There's a pug right there. It looks so pleased with itself. And I just think there's a lot of hijinks in this, and since I am the resident middle grade book reader.
Master. Let's do master because it sounds
terrible. It sounds like
middle grade master Becky. It sounds perfect.
MGMM. That's not a real hashtag.
It's going to be now.
Oh God.
Next book I picked up was Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian, and it is about a princess who sees her mother killed before her eyes, and she is taken prisoner. So Ash Princess is actually the name they give her because she's a prisoner in this new court. And
all she has is ashes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or something.
And she is obviously poised to try and take revenge and take back what is rightfully hers. We also got a chance to meet the author because my friend Julie knows her, and she signed the book.
Lovely!
That's cool. I'm looking forward to this one, and I really love the cover.
That's brilliant. Right. So Alexa already had this, but then I totally just grabbed it because ARCs.
Sounds amazing.
And it's Amy Kaufman, whom I love from the Illuminae series, and whose books I have yet to read, and it's called Unearthed. What was this? Indiana Jones in Space? So I'm just like, you know what? If she can have Indiana Jones in space, I can have Indiana Jones in space. Onward, if you dare.
I've heard it's really good from the friends.
Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, I dare.
The next book I got is actually sort of a sequel. It's like a companion, I guess, or like a continuation. And it's Test of the Road by Rachel Hartman. It is about a character in the Serafina series who actually only shows up in the second book. I loved Serafina when I read it years ago. I enjoyed the sequel Shadow Scale a lot as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to Tess in this book.
Okay. Well, I stood in line for ARCs this Comic-Con, and the second book that I actually stood in line for.
Worth it though. This one.
Totally. She thinks it's worth it, and we'll show you why. It's called Batman. And I have to read this again, Nightwalker, because the first time that I actually asked them, like when the art drop was gonna be, I said, I actually asked them, are you guys gonna be having an art drop for Batman Night Runner? And for those of you who don't know, that's actually some weird crypto amnesia, because in Batman Inc., the Batman of, I think, France was called the Night Runner. So I thought, Anyway, so this is the second in the DC Icons series, where you have teenaged versions, or young adult versions, since this is YA after all, of the big three plus Catwoman, now soon to be Mrs. Wayne, spoiler. But we're, you know, basically their lives. And this was written by Marie Lu. Alexa totally loves
I've
this
only
book.
read 2 chapters, so I can't say that I love the book. I can say that so far I am enjoying Marie Lu's take on Bruce Wayne. I love the Bat family, and I like the lore that Mackie has told me about all of these characters, but I've never been really particularly drawn to Bruce Wayne until now. Because teen Bruce Wayne is my baby. I love him.
True though.
So the story for the next 2 arcs is they were doing one drop and you could pick one arc. Thankfully, Mackie lined up with me, just like Andrew did for Kristen, because our husbands are the best.
Hey Andrew, we finally got that copy of that one arc to kill a siren's queen. No?
Good job.
To destroy a kingdom's siren. To kill a mocking.
First one is Daughter of the Siren
Queen
by Trisha Levenzeller, and this is the sequel to Daughter of the Pirate King, which I absolutely loved. I don't know anything about what this one's about because sequel, obviously, but I'm so excited. And then
the book that Andrew and I were interested in. So Andrew, I think we did a great job.
To Kill a Kingdom
That's
by
what it was
Alexandra
apparently
Christo,
called.
and this is a mermaid book, first of all. And a friend of mine says it is the story of Prince Eric having to kill Ariel, but not knowing that he has to kill Ariel, and Ariel knowing she has to kill Prince Eric, but knowing who he is. So that sounds
Just about right.
just about right. I'm excited for this one. I don't read a lot of mermaid books, but gotta find a good one, and hopefully this is fun.
Yeah, there you go.
So, fun story. There was literally one arc. Like, we are so grateful and so happy about all these other arcs, but there was literally one arc.
Just the one we
Just
really
one that we both really wanted. from
Mostly
you.
her, but at the same time, I was like, all right, we'll get it.
I like how you played so cool, and meanwhile I'm just like, I really wanted this
And
arc.
I was the one, right? Anyway,
Everyone knew we wanted this arc, and like the first day, I think Mackie tried, didn't get it.
saw the last 5 books just fly off the table, and
And
I
we
was
were
like
like-
7 people down, and I'm just like, I woke up for this, and I hated the world. I wanted to go home and just, you know, cry.
And then the second day, it was funny because he did manage to get it. He woke up early, he got there early, he got it.
Totally lined up.
And then
Messed up my plans though, because I was like, I'm gonna stand in front of this glass door when they open it, and they're like, no, we're gonna queue everybody else downstairs. And I'm like, no, there's like a giant line right ahead of me, and I'm gonna die now. And then, well, no, not really, but so I felt that because I'm just, and I'm giving everybody in that long ass line the stink eye of how many Tamara Pierce fans are there. That's the first clue. And then I'm like, you, probably not you dressed like an orc, probably not you dressed like the Doctor, probably not you dressed like, which mutant are you again? I see an X symbol. So out of those people, fortunately, there weren't that many who were Tamara Pierce fans. Even if I was in the second line that was allowed to go on the floor, and lo and behold, I finally got myself a copy of Tempest and Slaughter.
yeah, Tempest and Slaughter. This is basically Numaire's story,
For those of you who don't know, and we will explain further in our Tamara Pierce
which is also coming soon.
videos. There's several series. We're doing a mini documentary actually, if you really want to put all the videos
Really,
together.
actually.
But and it's one of the main characters from her second quartet in the Turtle series, named Numair Salmalin. He is one of the few black robe mages who have achieved that level in all the known world. And Tamara Pierce has found that a story about his youth, and this is 11-year-old Aram Draper, seemed to be a fun venture, and she basically said, and I quote, "Oh, he's in for a ride."
Okay, I think those are all the arcs we got, yeah? So now we're gonna move on to the books we got.
Books that we
I'm
got.
gonna go first because I just want to show you. They called it the Cuddle Package, which I think is
The
hilarious.
cuddle package.
It
Why
is
ever so? Well,
a finished book called The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. I actually have the sampler version of it from BEA.
oh yeah, I remember that sampler. And
And
this
look
is
at
the
It's
this is
chamomile,
the-
basically. That's the name of this tea dragon.
that is a chamomile dragon right there. It's making me sleepy looking at it already. So it's very relaxing.
I have another new mascot, guys.
And
It's my other new one. The illustration style of
oh.
this is gorgeous. This is the one where there are a variety of dragons and they're all inspired by tea. So ginger, jasmine, Earl Grey is in there. I think there's an hibiscus.
I actually kind of want to roll up to the Earl Grey dragon and go, "What's up, Earl?" Just, you know, totally. No.
Yeah, the illustration
Shouldn't I?
style is gorgeous. I'm so glad we got it.
And look, Fuzzy has a new friend. Fuzzy
It's chamomile.
and Chamomile
Look, they can be friends.
are now the official mascots of
This channel.
this channel. All right, wonderful.
All right.
Alexa got me a copy, signed, of The Epic Crush of Janilo by FC, one of my 2017 all-time fun books ever that we will do a wind down about.
I think that one would be a good time.
And it is just really fun.
It was like Buffy, right? But with Chinese
It's
culture.
not Buffy at all. Well, yes.
And that's the comp I heard for it.
No, but Alexa's kind of right. It is kind of, it does have that hint of Buffy, and that there's demon slaying and that there's stuff. It's just the lore is totally different. Definitely not a slayer, but this book slays. Yeah, I took that all the way to the end and I hated myself. Okay, we're good, but the book is great.
So on the same sign-in line where I got Jeannie Lo, I also actually ended up picking up a copy of one of my most anticipated 2017 releases. I've already read it. It is The Forest of 1,000 Lanterns by Julie C. Dao, which is the first in the Rise of the Emperor series, and oh my goodness, it's so good. It is basically a story with East Asian lore in it that is told from the perspective of the evil queen in Snow White. So it's fantastic. This snake was actually part of the pre-order incentive for this book. Yeah. So.
And I heard Julie Dao's mom
made the snakes,
limited edition, so
amazing.
She's a talented.
Yeah, Fuzzy's amazing. It was such a pleasure to see Julie again and to congratulate her and to get an early copy of this book because it's not even out yet as of today, which is October 8th. So good. If you want a villain backstory of sorts, then you're gonna have to get this one.
I really wanted to get this book because we were on a panel moderated by Kristen from Super Space Chick, and it was written by Danica Stone. She's a Canadian author, and it's called All the Feels. And so again, it's one of those, you know, love in the time of Comic-Con type deals, because the panel that I actually watched or attended had to do with fandom in books, right? And so this is one of those, and it's almost an homage to Dragon Con, which is, and I believe that is Danica's.
Yeah, that's the one she's gone to.
Yeah, and we were so lucky that she was actually at the booth when she was there, and there was no line because I think everybody had gone. I was like, oh my god, I have to sign it, and so she totally signed it for us.
And then she gave us.
And she gave us some swag. And it's color pencils I like, mostly to own, not so much to use.
Paper doll of her main character.
Paper doll of her main character. So this is really fun.
The story of that one is basically that the main character is really upset that one of her favorite characters got killed off, and she is like on a campaign to get him or her. I think it's a him, right?
Get her that character back to life. And I thought I could respect that.
I picked up a book called Queens of Geek by Jen Wild, which is actually also set at a con. It's from 3 points of view. There are 3 friends, and there are going to be 2 love stories in this one, and I've heard nothing but amazing things. Plus, look at that pink hair, though. Just look at that pink hair. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, this next one is by Leopold. I want to say Goot. It's not Gout. Cute.
It looks amazing.
Anyway, it's called Genius.
How shiny that is?
Genius, the game. It's very shiny. The game, 200 Geniuses, a head-to-head competition devised by India's youngest CEO and visionary. Welcome to the revolution. Get ready to run. So it's about technology, smart people, sci-fi.
Also his wheelhouse.
I guess Hunger Games for smart folks.
They were selling this beautiful new packaging of Trickster's Queen by Tamara Pierce. This is the 2nd book in the Tricksters duology. Can't really tell you what this one's about because spoilers, but... And
so this is about the Princess Sephora. So Princess Sephora of Cerebel, I don't know, is the last forger in the 5 kingdoms. The spectorium she creates provides energy for all, but now her father has found a way to weaponize her gift. And so again, smattering of high fantasy. Again,
there's gonna be a romance in there, I'm gonna guess.
Oh dear,
It says right on the top, the princess didn't expect to fall in love with her nemesis.
Well, I'm not against it per se now.
Well, you don't know how it's gonna read. Maybe it's like a secondary
thing. Maybe it's like a secondary thing.
So I actually already own this next book, but I had a chance to meet the author, who is absolutely lovely, and that book is
The Bear and the
Nightingale by Catherine Arden, and this book is based on Russian folklore, and specifically the character of Vasilisa the Beautiful, and this was a very atmospheric, beautiful, slow burn fairy tale type story, and I really enjoyed it. I'm very much looking forward to the sequel, The Girl in the Tower. Okay, those are all the bookish things we got, so now we're gonna move on to like a little bit of like swag and stuff, because I got a little, well, I can talk about this one because he was the one who got it for me.
They were giving these away.
So guys, I also cosplayed as Emika for Saturday.
And it was kind of epica because they tweeted. Sorry,
oh my God,
I had to go there. I'm sorry, I had to go there. It was right there. Anyway, because the booth wanted a picture with Alexa with a Warcross photo, and they totally tweeted it. And Marie Lou totally tweeted at it and said, "Oh my God, that hair!" And I was like, "I know, I put it on her." So, well, in my hair, I didn't tweet her back. I'm not like, you know.
That would be slightly. But yeah, he got a Warcross shirt. This is actually smaller than the one I have,
which is totally awesome for her.
He gets to have the bigger one. And then Jody was kind enough to give me this shirt.
Which I totally want.
It's the
oddly
DC
enough.
Icon shirt that says Diana and Bruce and Selena and Clark. And then the back says Bardugo and Lou and Mas and De La Peña. So.
Well, here's some DC swag.
Oh yeah, you should.
Nightwalker comes with a bunch of pins. Alexa already sort of had these pins from last
So that one might be a giveaway for us.
But this really cool Batman projection light.
It was amazing.
I'm like, projection light, whatever, but look at this.
Anyway, when you click the button and you look at what the light is showing you, it's the bat suit. There it is!
Aha!
We did it. It's amazing.
Right? Holy light in the sky, Batman.
I have a couple of buttons. So first is this set from Mina Lima that Kristen gave me.
Ooh,
It's
Mina
all
Lima.
the house crests, which is awesome. And then from Mina Lima as well, they had this button that they were giving out at Comic-Con. I don't know if you guys can see it. There you go. It just says Mina Lima Comic-Con. And then they were giving out some witch buttons. So I have one of
And by
Will.
witch, we mean like not like the witches,
Yeah.
but like
You'll see that in a second, actually.
W-I-T-C-H.
And then there's one that says, I believe in unicorns. Because unicorns.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I picked up as well was like extra book swag stuff. So, Witch.
Extra
This is
book
what I
swaggy.
meant when I was talking about Witch.
The story about these 5 girls who seem to have ties to this parallel kind of powered dimension of elders that grant them elemental abilities.
Yep.
And it's great. I am not a huge fan of the Candy Striper Pixie.
He doesn't like their costumes, basically.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's still blue-green and green, like...
If you don't like the costumes, that's what Mackie means to say. You may not find this as enjoyable. I personally had no issue with the costumes and I thought it was enjoyable, so take that as you will.
That's true, though. Anyway,
they're collecting this into
I read it too, though, by the way. I totally
3
followed it.
actual volumes that they're releasing later on this year, which I'm excited about. And then they're going to do a part 2.
Oh,
as well.
and to add to this, and make of it what you will, which stands for Will, Irma, Tarani, Cornelia, and
yes, and Halen,
Halen.
who are the 5 main characters.
So they're not actually witches.
At the same booth, they were giving out Your Name bookmarks. So
Oh,
I love that movie. Like, I freaking love that movie, and so does Mackie. So, and do you like how I'm just flipping it over and over?
So I got Will Wilder, and these were face up on one pile, and these were face up on another pile.
So he thought they were different?
That's awesome, they're probably different. And then you flip them around, and they're actually the same book. So I now have 2 copies of these, and I'm actually pretty interested because I want to know who Will Wilder is.
Plus that cover.
And these covers with like the dragons and the I just look a good old-fashioned adventure. That sounds cool.
Okay, I have this print. It's Aiko from the Lunar Chronicle series,
Ooh.
and then there's a sampler of the 2nd volume of Wires and Nerve, which is about her, and this is the last volume in the graphic novel series. I really enjoyed the first one, but that's because I love the Lunar Chronicles and I loved Aiko, so happy. And I will quickly just show you, I picked up these postcards from Mina Lima. They are Harry Potter postcards, basically, and it's like, it says Undesirable Number 1, Tales of Beetle the Bard, all of that good stuff. I only picked up 1 set. I'm kind of sad I didn't pick up more, but restraint. This is what we are aiming for here, restraint.
Any Rurouni Kenshin fans out there, we were able to snag, and these are hard to find, well, and I say hard to find on Amazon, meaning brand new-ish. And we checked. That's pretty much how we went shopping. It's like, do we have it on Amazon? Is it cheaper? Because restraint, again, is a theme. Rurouni Kenshin, the Kyoto arc, this time told from the perspective of Misao. So for those of you, there you go, that's right, huge Misao fan. So those of you who don't
Actually,
know...
it's more like I'm a huge Aoshi fan, and by default...
Well, you know, almost kind of anybody who's supposed to be the ship for Shinomori Aoshi is the thing.
Speaking of anime, very first day, and the very first thing I bought was Naruto in Sage Mode. Adorbs. She's adorbs.
And she already has a Sakura Adorbs.
So they can go together and be friends.
Go together and be friends, because guess who she's never buying in that format?
Or in any, because I don't even have him as a Funko Pop.
Unless he's Uncle Sasuke.
Oh, in which case I will reconsider, but even that.
Look what I bought on the first day. Before, you know, I realized restraint was important. Yes, I finally have
Upside down.
my copy of Mansions of Madness.
We are...
Because there's not enough Cthulhu in this house, apparently.
Yeah, we're very into Cthulhu, apparently.
And so, this is gonna be fun.
I guess we're gonna show you the art. Okay, well, the first thing I bought, and I'll show it to you guys, is this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Tangled print. This is by Alex X Zhang, and I freaking love the way she plays with colors. I actually own a lot. Last year's haul actually featured quite a few pieces of art from her. We had the Doctors and a couple of others, but I really wanted this one last year, and I was like, I think I won't buy it first because I already have it in the mug, and like I bought all of these things, but I finally got it this year, and I'm so excited about that.
And while
this one
Tangled,
is from Chrissy Zulio, and it is Tangled, obviously. Oh no, this is not Chrissy Zulio. I'm sorry, I mixed them up. This is by Penelope Gaylord, and it's obviously Rapunzel with Pascal, and it's beautiful. Her coloring is beautiful. The style she did it in is gorgeous. There's actually another piece in there by her. Look at it. How was I supposed to not buy it? Because like, this one is gorgeous. It's also one of my favorite parts of this movie.
she's thinking about how far she'll go.
I love Moana. Mackie loves Moana too, actually. It's incredible, and she's just so beautiful in this one.
It's gorgeous, yes.
Okay, here's the next one I'm going to show you, and this is Kiki and Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. This art is by Chrissy Zulio, and it's just so pretty. I said in my anime tag video that I think Kiki is a character I would be friends with in real life from an anime, because like I just really think we would get along really well. Don't you?
Agreed.
And I also picked up her version of Mulan because it's very rare for me to find Mulan art that I like. And like the way she did her Mulan is gorgeous. And the one last thing that I picked up from her is this Beauty and the Beast. And what I like about it is that there's so much darkness in it. Because Beauty and the Beast is like, you have fond memories of it if you're me, because that's what you grew up on. But also like if you actually analyze the story, it's so dark. Because the Beast is kind of a jerk before he meets Belle. And like, and also like one of the best parts of that movie was when the castle was all spooky and creepy. So yeah, I love her take on it. Oh,
speaking of Beauty and the Beast,
we went to the signing for Mina Lima. The designers were in town, so they did a signing at HarperCollins, and they were giving out prints. And this one is for Beauty and the Beast, and it has all the very important symbols here. And they signed it, which is really cool. I love Mina Lima's aesthetic. I think they do a great job with all the Harry Potter interactive books and their new classics from HarperCollins, which was incredible. So yeah, definitely excited about this too. So, I haven't read the series yet, but I really love how they illustrated the characters, and I'm excited to read it even more now. And that is Shades of Magic, and this is the poster with the characters. And the design is done by Ariel Brower, I want to say. Yep. And it's just beautiful. Just look at that. I just want to know who these people are, so I'm just going to have to read this series now.
So, over at Corp Books, they were giving away the funnest. She didn't know. She didn't know. We'll start with that because she didn't know. She didn't know I got her a copy of this.
Oh my god, and I've been talking
She has been fawning over the cover. By the way, you are looking at the cover art for The Force Doth Awaken, a Shakespeareanized version in the series of Shakespeareanized versions of all the Star Wars movies.
Can I just read the tagline? It says, to BB-8 or not to BB-8?
That is not a real question because the answer is always to BB-8. And so
look at it with the feathered cap, okay?
And the cloak. It's got a cloak.
I love it so much, I didn't know we got it.
There you go. And so I got her that because that was fun.
But the other one.
And she's been fawning over it all day, and I totally forgot that I got it for her too. But here's something for me, and I will be reading it this Halloween. It's my Halloween read.
It's amazing.
My Best Friend's Exorcism.
I kind of wish we could set that up somewhere because it looks so cool.
I know. And I do seem like the type who would have a best friend who would need an exorcism. I may even be the exorcist.
Tiny cards. So I got something as a gift for my friend from Alice's booth as well, and this is Clara and Eleven, and they're having a good moment. And then Kristen got me as a present this print of Sailor Mercury, which is so cute. Look at her, she's all pin-up style, which I think is really cool, and I love it.
So, Avatar now.
Yes,
and
we actually went back for this. Oh, I went back for this. This is by Jen Bartel, and it is a Korosami print. And look how beautiful that is. The tree, them, I just love it so much. It makes me want to rewatch the entire thing because
why not?
Korosami. Plus, with the new comic coming out.
Speaking of Avatar, here's a really gorgeous one. So this is a three-part thing. It's probably going on that wall, I think.
Yes.
By the way, for those of you who don't know,
we actually move venues here.
We have guests. No, but we have guests like over from home. And so we have evicted ourselves from our usual filming area and are now filming in this tiny little space.
With my TVR shelf
with
there.
Alexa's TVR
and all
shelf
that
and
stuff.
beside the bed. So that's what we're here. And so we're looking at our bedroom wall. And
Here, I'll
we
hold this
want to
one.
do the Cora one because it is just magnificently gorgeous. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the aesthetic of that by itself, right? It's very zen, it's very cool.
And
It's got all the elements. Right. I honestly don't know what's on here, but I hope somebody can help translate. We've got Aang on the other side as well, so that's just the left post. This is going to be what's on the right. So these two together are awesome.
And
as you
then-
can see. But then out of nowhere you have... Oi, Gewalt this.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's
you see
just-
that? That is gorgeous. I haven't felt this way since we bought that TARDIS River
yeah,
Song
mhm.
print.
This is just beautiful though. The interpretation of it, all the avatars. Ah!
Well, the last four anyway.
Oh, the
so
last
from
four, yes.
Kyoshi and then Roku and then Aang and then Korra and of course Avatar 1 holding a tiny... Well, anyway, Avatar 1. Anyway, doesn't matter.
So I went to this booth and it's, I think the name of the artist Victoria. And I found a card capture print that I really like. It's Dark Sakura, which I think is funny.
I know, she's got like...
And there's a really cute Babs too, so.
And speaking of Babs, we wander into DC territory now and end it there because number one, we would like some really cool Dick and Babs moments right here.
I'm sorry, can I just tell you guys the backstory of this? Apparently the guy, I forget his name, Jordan Gibson, I think is his name. He actually made this illustration as a Valentine's Day card for his girlfriend. Fun fact. And then the girlfriend was like, you could totally sell this.
And he's like, why not? And
me, I'm like,
yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
And so it's Barbara.
Just look at their facial expressions. Okay, let us just take a moment to look at that.
Yeah, it's... So any Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon shippers out there, you are in great company. That said, we want to...
I love the Robins.
Every single one of them.
And I found this piece. It's by Peter Nguyen and it has everybody.
And so we thought to ourselves, wouldn't there be awesome if there was a print that had all the Robins pretty much almost every... And we did find one last year from Comic-Con, but it was the last one. And it was so
Yeah,
great.
I'm pretty sure if you guys look at that video, there was probably a clip of it in there.
But because Alexa trolls magnificently up and down
Artist Alley.
Artist Alley.
Guess what I found? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, you don't understand. I literally see this and I tell Meg, I'm like, oh my god, it's here.
And it's not just like any kind of Robin. So you've got Dick Grayson, who is both his Pixie Boots version and his Nightwing version. No nod to the disco era here, which by the way he shouldn't be able to live down. If I had my own OG Titans, no seriously, if I had my own OG Titans like Freeform CW like show, there would definitely be a disco Dick. You've got Jason and you've got his Pixie Boots and Red Hood,
yeah.
right? You've got Tim and his Red Robin, right? Super smart, super cool.
Steph.
Little known, but Stephanie Brown, her very, very short-lived Robin period, and her purple Batgirl, awesome.
And my baby.
And of course Damien.
My little
who-
murder child.
And interestingly enough, you've got Damien here, and if you notice, there's a hint of a cowl in the back, because there is a future story where basically Damien takes on the mantle.
Would not be shocked.
So that
But
was
yeah,
fun.
this piece is so beautiful. Also by Peter Nguyen.
So that's Alexa's favorite piece, and sort of mine as well. But Alexa was
Guess
able
what
to
I found?
find me, and so that was her reaction to BB-8 was my reaction to this thing, where I'm like, get, need, want now. I kept talking about my OG Titans, and here they are.
I just love it. Look how
Oh my
old school
god,
his art style
I
is.
have like the fan fiction in my head all panned out. But you have Donna and Roy and Garth and Dick and Wally all in one
It's
thing.
such a beautifully done piece.
Are you kidding with this? And Donna's kind of prominent there in the back, and which, you know, love her forever.
I love the way he did it. Also by Peter Nguyen, by the way.
And so this is easily the crowning piece for
I was
me.
very proud of myself for finding
Likewise,
it.
it was beautiful.
Should have seen me. I was like, I know who these people are. I should ask him. Yeah, so that's basically most of the stuff we... Oh. Mackie went and picked this up for me because I love Boruto so much. And
Yes,
so does
she
he.
does.
It's great. It's a huge ass tote bag, guys.
It is
like,
a huge ass
it's
tote bag.
literally pretty much 3/4 of my body. So yeah, it's amazing. Like last year, we got to do a couple of photo ops, which was really fun.
So these are going up on the wall.
on Thursday we did 2, and they were both Doctor Who related. The first one was with the gorgeous Pearl Mackie, who is, she's so pretty in person.
She's gorgeous.
And she's just exactly like her character on the show in person too, so like hyper and like happy and very welcoming, and she was just lovely. Like, and the second person we met, who is also wonderful and
all smiles, all hugs, very welcoming.
until
but then
he
all of a
decides
sudden,
to be in Doctor Who.
absolute character the minute the photographs
We
like,
met
started.
Peter Capaldi.
And so a lot of my people who commented on my feed were like, he looks hungry or upset. And I'm just like, no,
that's his doctor
he's a lovely
face.
person. It's just he's the doctor. This is the doctor that had to be given empathy cards to read from. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. Everything will be fine. And you will not die. You know what I mean?
It was amazing to meet him. He was so nice, actually. You guys probably can't tell, obviously, from this photo, but he was definitely
yeah, that was the first day, and on the last day, which was
today,
a few hours ago, soaking wet, us, but
and like, there's no words to really describe this. We met Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
And he was also extremely nice.
And the best part though was there was a dude ahead of us who was in a Joker outfit, and he totally did a few lines with him as the Joker, and you'd see it. Mark Hamill, when he does the Joker, has Joker face.
Yeah, he totally does.
Like he just kind of, you know, contorts like maniacally.
It was kind
that
of
was
amazing.
more like troll face than anything else. But
and then we ended our photo op run with something very special.
By any other name?
We met
Still a
Billy
sweet.
Piper, aka Rose Tyler, which was a very random thing, actually.
Yeah, because Karen Gillan had canceled, because we wouldn't mind having another photo with Karen all over again.
And then Billy Piper.
But then Billy Piper eventually took her spot, which is kind of funny that, you know, the 10's original companion and 11's original companion kind of switched places.
But it was lovely to meet her as well. She was so nice, and she was really tall because of her shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was pretty much all of the things that we picked up at this year's New York Comic Con. I think we did very well. So if you want to see our past Comic Con video, that will be linked below. If you're interested in the Tamara Pierce stuff, that will either be up already and linked, or if it's not up and linked, it's going up.
Definitely out on the 31st for sure. We're gonna be, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be filming just basically the landscape schedule, reading order. Everybody's been wanting a reading order for the past few videos, and this is it. It's coming out. It's coming out.
I swear.
This next video after this, October 31st, is the Tamara Pierce reading order. We're gonna have the books like displayed over at the bottom because I'm editing it, so I know what's going on. And so we're gonna do all of that so that we can get rid of all of this filming stuff and then watch Bleach for the rest of the night. So
good plan.
Thanks everybody for
first, but good plan.
She cleans. I'll prepare the bleach.
Because we have to clean people's souls. Anyway, moving on. We will see you guys in another video soon. Bye!